And I think the first loser that we need to talk about is the Detroit Pistons. Because what the hell are they doing?
Bro, I don't know. Listen, there might not have been any. I think Detroit, if we're gonna be honest, is the one clear loser from the offseason. The rest of the other teams, maybe they just didn't make any moves. Maybe they got marginally worse. Um, but I think for us, Detroit was the one main loser that just like, as you were talking about, like you look at what they were doing, it makes no sense. Obviously, they got Rodney Hood. I not Rodney
Rodney
Hood,
Magruder.
Rodney Magruder in the trade with when they got I don't know how to pronounce it, Zanon Muso. They got them in that deal, so a couple of role players. They got Sadiq Bey in the draft, and the trade with was that the Houston Rockets trade?
I believe so. Yeah.
Either way, 19th pick overall,
Yeah. Houston
Villanova
Rockets.
forward. They got Sadiq Bey, so they got a nice rookie to come in for them. As you were talking about the Dwayne Dedmon deal, but and the Zaire Smith. But moving on to the actual like main moves that they made, DeLon Wright trading for DeLon Wright. They got him, so he'll be reunited with Dwayne Casey again. Another, I can't even call him a young guard anymore because he's kind of
He's like 26, 27
yeah,
at this point.
he's like 27 around
He
around
came in
that
as
age.
an older guard, so
Yeah,
yeah, he's definitely older at this point.
but then I think and also Wayne Ellington, they just signed Wayne Ellington, so he'll also be back on the Pistons. He did play a couple years on the Pistons, a couple years ago if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think there are three main head scratching signings that they made. And I think this is like the crux of where it kind of went wrong for the Pistons. Jeremy Grant, a 3-year, $60 million deal. Jahlil Okafor on a unreported 2-year deal, and then Mason Plumlee on a 3-year, $25 million deal. Now the reason, listen, these deals are not. I wouldn't say they're bad. Okay, they're not. They're not terrible. I wouldn't say they're great, but they're not terrible. The reason why these deals kind of made no sense is because of the fact that you had such high aspirations for them. I think even we had bigger aspirations for them and what they could do in the offseason. Number
Especially because they
one,
were rebuilding. Like,
exactly.
you know.
Number one, Fred Van Vliet. They were reported to be very interested in Fred Van Vliet, Dwayne Casey reunion and whatnot. So they had enough space to go after Fred Van Vliet. They had Christian Wood. We thought re-signing Christian Wood would be their biggest priority. Clearly not.
Yeah.
If not, if you didn't want to sign Christian Wood, you could go after a guy like Montrezl Harrell, who was in the mix with, New York, Charlotte, whatnot. So Montrezl Harrell could have been an option. The thing is, you overpaid for Jeremy Grant.
Which still doesn't make a ton of sense, especially on Jeremy Grant's perspective. It's like you could have gotten a similar type of deal.
No, Denver did give him the
with
exact
Denver.
same deal. Denver reportedly gave him the exact same deal, but he pretty much wanted more PT.
But it's like, dude, like you're going from a winning organization to whatever the hell the Pistons are.
And my thing is, I hope he doesn't ask out and ask for a trade because it's kind of like, bro, you were in an ideal situation with Denver. You would have gone the exact same amount of money.
And you put yourself in this situation.
Yeah, but now you're going to be in a losing situation. And you might not be as happy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's up to him. Maybe he likes getting, maybe he just wanted more opportunity. Okay, cool. But you also overpaid for Mason Plumlee. And you got Jahlil Okafor. Where you could have tried re-signing Christian Wood and Montrezl Harrell. You could have tried going after some other players like Fred Van Vliet, some other people in this free agency. Instead, you settled for giving Mason Plumlee a 3-year, $25 million deal right out the gate from free agency, as if Mason Plumlee was some like big priority for you. Like, he's a nice role player, don't get me wrong.
Why 3 years though? That's my question. You're a rebuilding franchise. You already have Blake Griffin on the roster. Not to mention you had Christian Wood. You could have re-signed him as a young player of the rebuilding team. Why did you go after 5 centers? That made no sense. Like, look at how many centers they have. They have Dwayne Dedmon now. They have Jahlil Okafor, Mason Plumlee. They have Blake Griffin, and I think they have someone else currently on the roster as well.
Like, it's a very head scratching offseason.
There's no clear direction on what they're trying to do.
Exactly. Now, maybe Christian Wood just didn't want to stay in Detroit. He did sign a 3-year, $41 million deal to go to the Rockets. Again, I don't know how great that situation is going to be with their two superstars asking for a trade.
Yeah.
But then they also lost Luke Kennard in the Landry Shamet deal, which I guess, okay, fine. He is on expiring contract.
But you didn't
Oh,
have to
that's
trade
where they
him.
got the Sadiq Bey
Yeah, they
draft
got the
pick.
19th pick off
Yeah,
that.
so they got Sadiq Bey. Okay, fine, cool. I mean, that's Luke Kennard's another guy you failed to be able to get to that next step.
But he showed potential. That's the thing. Even if you kept him, it wouldn't have been a bad idea to keep a guy like that around. As a rebuilding team.
Exactly. And then you lost you traded away Tony Snell. Again, expiring contract, maybe you could have gone more. I don't know. I guess everyone's value has just been killed in this offseason. But as you were pointing to, just a lack of, it seems like, direction in terms of what they want to do. Everyone, I think, had higher hopes for them in terms of the moves they could have pulled off, mainly Fred VanVleet re-signing Christian Wood. And in that sense, they didn't do any of that. They ended up trying to get Jeremy Grant for some reason. And then they paid Mason Plumlee $25 million right out the gate, as if, I guess, he was like one of their top 5 priorities or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
It's a head scratching offseason, and it literally, it's the epitome of what Detroit has been over the last decade or so at this point. So yeah, the Detroit Pistons clear loser of this offseason.
Longer than a decade, since pretty much Chauncey got traded. That's
pretty much. Okay, if you want to go back that far.
That's pretty much what they've been doing.
Yeah.